Hello everyone. Now we will discuss about the few concepts related to this circle, that is central angle and the inscribed angle. So let's learn about the central angle and the inscribed angle. So we will start with the basic things of the circle. So first we will come to the question that everyone in their mind has what that one is what is a circle actually. See, we are using so much applications related to the circle, so there are so many applications. For example, the tire of the wheel, you can see the bangles which we are using at home, the mothers and sisters are using that bangles. Even there are so many things. Your glass, that glass is what circular shape. So that is what there are so many applications where we are using these circles. Okay, even we are serious. There are so many things related to the circle. You all can see in your, for example, our motor of the fan, that is also what in a circular shape. So there are what you will get so many applications related to the circle. Okay, so first we will understand what is circle actually. So very important thing, the circle. We will we will define the circle as a what. Before defining this thing, we want to discuss. Let's see. We will understand the things which you all can see on the screen. That is what this one is. Dot. You all can see this. See, this is a what this one is representing so much. See this. There are so many dots are what coming together and forming. See, these dots are what goes on increasing both the sides. Goes on increasing both the side in this way. So what will happen actually? This is a set of dots. You all can say set of points. In a simple manner, we can say that this one is what representing a set of points. Okay. So this one is a set of points. Just keep in mind. This is what a set of point increasing in both the direction. That one is known as line. And this is what a set of point which has one endpoint and increasing in other direction. That one is known as ray. And if we talk about the line segment, so which has what two endpoints. Okay, which has two endpoints. So see this. This is what a set of points. Even the circle is also what a set of point. You all can see this. You all can see the dots. Yes, this is what a set of point. That one is what forming a circle. But there is a one condition. This is what forming a circle, but there is a one condition. Okay, if we talk about the set of points, just keep in mind the word set of points. The word set of points, just keep in mind. This is S. We will write at this place. Yes, the set of points. If we talk about the set of point, just try to understand. The set of point is also known as the word locus. Okay, so don't get confused. If you will see locus word, that meaning is set of point only. Okay, so if we want to define this circle, so we can say that a set of point drawn from a fixed point, from a fixed point. So this is the fixed point. From that point, we are what creating so much points. So these are the points. That one is drawn from a fixed point. That fixed point is this one. Let's say I'm giving name to this point. That is O. And that fixed point is also known as what? The center. That one is known as what? The center of the circle. And the set of point is known as, this set of point is known as what? The circumference. You all can see at this place what I have written, the circumference of the circle. So I hope this one is clear to you all. Very simple. I'm repeating it again. The set of point drawn from a fixed point. A set of point drawn from a fixed point is known as what? Is known as circle. That fixed point is known as center, and the set of points are known as what? The set of point is what? Known as circumference of the circle. Okay, now we will move to the next topic. That one is what? The chord. Say this. If we talk about the chord, before that we will talk about the what? Radius. One more thing that we will discuss, that is what? Radius. So if we talk about the radius, try to understand the word radius mean. Okay, if we talk about the radius, so what is radius actually? Say this. This is a point, and let's say this is what? Another point. Let's say we will give name this one as a P. So OP is what actually? That OP is representing a radius. That OP is what actually representing a radius of the circle. How? If we want to define a radius, so we can say that. So this, a line segment. This one is what known as the segment. So we can say that this is what OP is representing a segment. So this is what a segment. So line segment joining a center and a point on the circumference of the circle. That one is what known as the radius. And that one is represented by the small letter r. In this way, we can represent the radius, and this is what the radius of the circle. If we go further, so next topic is what chord. So I'm giving the name of the chord. You all can see on your screen now. Let's say this is x and this point is y, suppose. See, this point is y and this one is x. So these are the 2 points, which is what present on the circumference of the circle. And this line segment, what we are saying, the line segment, just listen carefully. This one is what representing a line segment. This one is not a line, just keep in mind, because we have 2 endpoints. So very simple, we can define chord as a what? A line segment joining, say this, a line segment, see this, try to understand. This is what a chord is, a line segment joining any 2 points on the circumference of the circle. Just try to understand, any 2 point on the circumference of the circle. So this is what representing the chord. Okay, the next point, so this, I'm giving this name, this is the 1 point. So I'm giving different color to this so that we can understand in an easy manner. So you will get the idea. Let's say this is 1 point and this is the second point. You all can see this. And I'm going to give name as, let's say I'm writing name to inside of the circle. Let's say this one is A and this is what B. Just try to understand. This is what B. You all will get the idea. What is meaning of the diameter? So diameter is nothing but, this is also a line segment. You all can see this. This is also a line segment, but there's a one condition. So we can say that AB is a chord. As we know, the definition of the chord is what? A line segment joining any 2 point of the circumference of the circle is known as the chord. So we can say that AB is a chord. In another way, we can say that this one is a line segment, but passing through the center of the circle. You all can see this. This one is what? Passing through the center of the circle. So any line segment that will pass through the center of the circle, very simple. A line segment that will pass through the center of the circle, that will join any 2 point of the circumference is known as the diameter of the circle. Or in another word, we can say that a chord that one is passing through the center of the circle is known as the what? Diameter. So AB is also a chord, but this one has given a what? Special name, that is what? The diameter. Just keep in mind, this one has given what? This special name, that one is what? The diameter. So don't get confused. Diameter is nothing but what? This is what? The longest chord of the circle. We can say this. This is what? The longest chord of the circle. If we talk about the radius, so we can say that the infinite number of radius we can draw because we have infinite number of points. In a simple manner, we can construct infinite number of chords. Even we can say that we can construct about infinite number of the diameter at this place. I hope this concept is clear to you all. Okay, now we will move to the next topic. That is what related to the arc. Okay, so you all can see this on your screen. This is what, these are the things that you all can see. That is what the dotted things you can see on your screen. This is nothing but a portion of the circumference. See this. This dotted is nothing but what? The portion of the circumference. You all will get the idea. See this. This is what? The portion of the circumference. So I'm giving the name to this. This I'm giving the name. Just try to understand. Let's say I will write at this place. Let's say this one is A. Just try to understand. Let's say this is what? The A. You all will get the idea. I'm writing at this place. So this is A. Okay. Let's say at this place we will write X. And at this place we will write B. Okay. And I will give one more point name. This one is, let's say this is Y. So first we will understand the arc. The word arc mean very, very important thing. The arc is a very, very simple thing. If you want to understand the arc, just try to understand if you know the circumference. If you know the circumference, so you all will get the idea about the arc also. How? Say this. The arc is nothing but, just try to understand. Arc is nothing but what? A portion of, just try to understand what I have written. A portion of the circumference of what I have written, the portion of the circumference. So you all can say that arc is nothing but what? A portion of the circumference. So you all can see that AXB, this is what? A portion of the entire circle. From the entire circumference, we have taken a portion that is AXB. So that one, we can say that this one is what? Representing the arc. So AXB is what? Arc. Okay. If we see that the AXB is what? The AXB is the smaller than the AYB. So we can say that the AXB is known as the what? We can say that the AXB is known as the minor arc. We can say that what? The AXB is known as the minor arc. And for the arc representations, we are using the small letters. Just keep in mind, if you want to write arc, you will use ARC in this way. You will write with the help of the small letters. In this way, you will get what? The arc. You have to represent the arc with the help of the small letter ARC when you will write the name. See, I have written name as a what? Measures of the arc. M stand for the measures. So measures of the arc, AXB, that one is what known as what? That I have given name as a minor arc, and measures of the arc, AYB, I have written what? Major arc, okay? That one is what? Major arc. Major is what? The bigger one, and the smaller one is what? The minor one. Okay, so you all will get the idea, the minor and the major arc mean. I hope this one is clear to you all. Yes? So we will move further and try to understand the next thing. Minor and major arc are clear. And this M stands for the measures. So what is meaning of the measures? Try to understand. For example, let's say this is the center. And let's say this is the initial arm. And we have taken one more arm, the terminal arm. And we have started rotating this terminal arm in this way. And we will come again back to the what? The same position. What will happen actually? Just try to understand. What will happen? That will create what? A complete rotation. That will what? Take a complete rotation. The meaning of the complete rotation is what? 360 degree. So the measures of the complete circle is known as what? The 360 degree. You all can say that what? The 360 degree. What I'm writing? 360 degree. Just keep in mind. In terms of degree, I'm writing. In terms of degree, I'm writing. So the measures of the complete circle is what? 360 degree. I hope this one is clear to you all. The measures of the complete circle is what? 360 degree. So when someone will talk about the measures, you have to write in terms of degree. If someone will ask about the length of the arc, that you can write in terms of centimeter and meter. That is what the different thing. And the measures and the length, both are the two different things. So you all will get the name as a measures of the arc, and sometimes you will get the length of the arc. In a higher standard, you will get the what? The length of the arc. So now we will move further and we will try to understand about the central angle. What exactly central angle mean? For example, before that, we will get the name to the circle. So I'm going to write the center as a O. Just try to understand. Let's say this point is A. I will give name this one as a A. This point as a B. I will write this point as a what? B. Just try to understand. And let's see, I will write at this place X. Okay, so you all can see this diagram, you all will get the idea. Before that, we will understand what is meaning of the central angle actually. So you all can see that AO, or you can say that OA. So OA is looking like what? The arrow. OA is what? Looking like the arrow. And this one is what? Known as a ray. What we are saying, this one as a ray. What we are saying, this one as a ray we are saying, right? So in a simple manner, we can say that when two rays will unite at the center, or the two rays will what? Join at the center of the circle. Got it? Or in another word, we can say that an angle form at the center of the circle. Got it? Angle form at the what? Center of the circle. That one is known as the what? The central angle. So angle form on the what? Center of the circle. That one is known as what? The central angle. Okay. What I have written the next topic, that is what? Say this, equal to their corresponding arc. What is meaning of the equal to their corresponding arc? Very simple. As I told you all in a previous slide, this arc has what? Some values in terms of what? Degree. This arc, you all can understand. This is the arc which has value in terms of what? Degree. This one is covering some angle. That is what? In terms of degree. Let's see. This arc is what? Covering 60 degree angle. What? This one is what? Covering 60 degree angle. So according to this, you can say that the measures of the angle. See how I can write the angle, central angle. The measures of the central angle, that is measures of the angle A, O, and B. That measures of the central angle AOB, that is equal to their corresponding arc. So what is their corresponding arc? That is measure of the arc. You can say that the measure of the arc. I'm writing ARC. Just take it as a ARC. I hope this one is visible. You all can see this. And very simple. Just try to understand this. I am writing as what? The arc to this. So we'll use as a small letter A, R, C, arc, A, X B. So what we have value of AXB 60 degrees. So this become what 60 degree. Got it. So if this one is 60, so this become also what 60 degree angle. At the center of the circle, this will form 60 degree angle. I hope this one is clear. So this is what very simple. The angle, say this central angle, that is what up, that is equal to the corresponding arc. The angle covering some arc or some portion of the circumference, whatever value we get for the circumference, so that small portion of the circumference, we will use that one as a what the angle value also. Got it? So if we have arc is 60 degree, angle becomes 60. If we have angle is 40 degree, arc become 40 degree. Okay. I hope this one is clear to you all. Now we will move to the inscribed angle topic. So try to understand the inscribed angle. Before that, we will give a name to this one. We will give name to this one. Let's say this is what A. This one is B. Just try to understand, and let's say this is what C. I hope all 3 points are clear. Okay. In front of that, we have what, let's say this is what I'm giving at this place, what a point, that is X. So this is the arc actually. You all can see this. This is the what arc, you all can see. You all will get the idea what I'm saying. From A to C, you have a what arc. So this arc is what a portion of the circumference, or you all can say that this is what a minor arc. So in front of this angle, in front of what this angle, you all can see this. In front of this angle, you all have a what one arc, that is AXC. So very simple. What we have about the inscribed angle, this inscribed angle is what we have. This inscribed angle is half of the corresponding arc, whatever arc we have. For example, this arc is representing, let's say we have this arc is what, let's say 60 degree. This is what, let's say 60 degree. This arc is representing 60 degree angle. So this angle become what, the 30 degree. How? Very simple. The inscribed angle is half of their what corresponding arc. So whatever arc value we have in front of that, the half of that value become what, the central angle. So at this place we can write the measures of the angle what, ABC. I can write at this place what, ABC. So just try to understand. I'm writing A, B, C. So angle ABC is nothing but what, that become equal to the half of their corresponding arc. So next to that we will write that is what, equal to half 1 by 2. That means 1 by 2 the corresponding arc. So what we have the corresponding arc, that is measures of the arc. You all can see that we will write the name as A R C, that is A, capital A. On screen you can see X C. This is what the arc name. So now we will substitute the value. So very simple, we will write equal to half into what we have value, that is 60 degree. At this place we will write what, 60 degree. When we cancel this, 2 30s are. So what we get at this place we can write that is equal to 30 degree angle. So you all will get the idea now. This is what the 30 degree angle. That is what, why 30 degree angle? Because the opposite or the what, the corresponding arc, that one is what, 60 degree. That one is what, representing 60 degree. In another word, we can say that, let's see, if we have arc is 70 degree, angle become 35 degree. If we have angle is 40 degree, arc become 80 degree. Got it? So this is what about the inscribed angle. So angle form on the circumference of the circle. Just keep in mind, inscribed angle means what? Angle form on the circumference of the circle. See this. This is the circumference. So when you will get the angle on the circumference of the circle, that one is known as what? The inscribed angle. And that inscribed angle is what, half of their corresponding arc. Now we will move to the relations between the what, central angle and the inscribed angle. So you all will get the idea now. I have written the inscribed angle is what, equal to the half of the central angle, but we will understand this concept or this relation by what, some value. We will understand this relation by what, some value. So just you try to understand. I'm taking what name for this one. Let's say we will give name to all the intersection point. This is the center, so we will give name to this one. This is the inscribed angle point, so we are going to give name. Okay, just try to understand. Let's say this is what P. Let's say this one is Q. This one is R. Let's say this is what O. This one is, suppose, M. Okay, try to understand. If we have this arc, value is, try to understand. I am marking this one because I'm going to write the values of this arc. If we have this arc is, let's say, 60 degree. Again, I'm going to take what 60 degree only. Just don't get confused, that you will get the idea. Very simple. Let's say this is what 60 degree angle. 60 degree means what? From this point to this point. Got it? This is what representing 60 degree. You all can say this. This arc is what 60 degree images. So as we know that the central angle is what equal to the corresponding arc. So this angle becomes 60 degree. Yes. And we know that the inscribed angle is what half of their corresponding arc. So this become what 30 degree. So we can write at this place what 30 degree. Yes. Okay. So very simple. As I can write, say this angle P Q R, that is equal to half of 30 degree. That I can write half of 60 degree. I'm so sorry, 60 degree. So as I will write half of 60 degree. So I can replace that 60 degree value, say this. The 60 degree is what? The name of that angle is what? The name of that angle is angle POR. That is what POR. So I can write at this place what? POR. So that become what? Half of POR. So you all can say that the angle POQ, sorry, PQR, that angle PQR is what? Half of the angle. Say this, half of the what? Angle. You all can see at this place the half of the angle what? POR. That means you all can understand the meaning of this one as what? The inscribed angle. This one is what? Representing the inscribed angle. Say this, try to understand. This one is what? Representing the inscribed angle. Just try to understand. This is what? Representing the inscribed angle. And what about this? This one is representing the central angle. So you all can say that the inscribed angle is what? Half of the central angle. You can say that what? The inscribed angle is what? Half of the central angle. I hope this one is clear to you all. Yes. So this is what the half of the central angle. You can write at this please. Okay. So this is what the relation, that one is what represented by, this one is a relation, that one is what represented by the relation between the central angle and the inscribed angle. And now I'm ending this session and thank you very much. I hope you all understood this one. Okay, thank you very much. Thanks.